Terry, Dundee United this Saturday, another good test for you.
A great challenge for us, and a match that we've been looking forward to since we beat Ross County, and the players are obviously switched on to it very quickly. And I think the thing with the players especially is how they can switch off from one game almost immediately and then concentrate on the next one. And we've been through this sort of phase of 3 games in seven days before and been successful. Because the players mentally and physically have been able to cope with it and got on with their jobs very well. So it obviously helps when you win those games before you play the third match. But the players certainly have the bit between their teeth with 2 wins this week, and with a match that we obviously can do well in. Tannadice is a good place for us to go. We enjoy going down there. We've had a few beatings down there, but we've also had some great victories as well. And with Morris and myself having worked there before, our history is it's nice to go back.
You mentioned yourself and Morris. Is that where you met for the first time? Did you meet each other before? Or is that where the partnership?
Well, we played against each other before, though. He was mainly left back and I was sort of left centre back, so our paths never very rarely didn't cross at all. But when I worked there as the youth team coach, Paul Sturrock brought me up there. I got to know Morris very well, and he was the captain of the team. He's playing sweeper or midfield, and he was doing the kit as well in the laundry room, and that's where we used to meet on a Monday morning or wherever it was and sort the laundry out with the kids. I was in charge of the youth team, but we'd come together when it came to the reserve matches, and it was a reserve league then, and we were able to take the team together and travel the country. But we had this big minibus obviously to go to the training ground, and a big trailer at the back with the goals on. It was actually it's that typical Dundee United. They sawed the crossbars in half and fitted them with a certain clip, so that you could then become one solid crossbar. So you could actually physically dismantle a goal. It's a bit like the Royal Engineers, but dismantle a goal, pack it into the trailer, and then off you go anywhere you want to go. It was brilliant. Down at the beach or down at the park or something like that, whatever. So we used to enjoy doing that. But I think it was only me and Morris at the club could actually park the van or park the minibus and the trailer into the garage just opposite the ground, next to the Gussie, which is the AstroTurf pitch. But it was you had to physically do a U-turn with the trailer, so you had to go out and then round it in. You'd stop the traffic, of course, to back it in. But my goodness, you want to try backing a trailer and like that? It was horrendous. It was only me and Morris could do it. No real accidents to sort of speak about, but it was a wonder that we got it done, but we did. But practice makes perfect, I suppose. But we became very good friends then, and obviously my job then. I left Tannadice, went to work for an agency with Eric Black, and then went to Motherwell, and then eventually brought Morris to there. And we've not looked back since then. So I had a little break in between. I was off to Australia, but got back together, and it's been brilliant. So it's been a good partnership, but it's been one that's been really enjoyable.
Yeah, partnership that's probably made in heaven, because you 2 years kind of work well together, and certainly the last couple of weeks you praised your backroom staff after winning the Manager of the Month award.
Yeah, well, quite rightly so, and I think whenever an award, someone gets the award, it's not because of their efforts or totally their efforts, it's because they are backed up by a very good team, and I've got a very good team here. And Morris is a key member of that team, but he's great, and he knows all about Tannadice, and he knows a lot more than me. He's been there for about 150 years, but he certainly loves the club, and still wants to beat them like I do. Like I want to beat all my old clubs, but it's nice when we go back, and we've had some good times, both with Motherwell and with Caledonian Thistle going back down there. And I'm sure it's what I'm looking forward to as well is seeing our away fans, because they're just phenomenal. It's really. We've got a good relationship now with my away fans. I haven't quite done my cheerleading here at the stadium in Inverness, because the crowd sort of split up onto 2 different sides sort of thing. But when we see the away crowd, it's just great. And it's so noisy, and get behind the team. I don't think, if you look at man for man, I don't think there's a noisier away crowd. So we're really pleased with the vocal support we get, and obviously the support we get from our away fans. And it's been nice to reward them with some good away victories and some good points. And we've had a good away run recently as well, and that's brought a lot of victories, both in the Cup and in the SPL.
You beat Dundee United 4-0 at the end of September. Although you had a good start to the season, It was your first win in the league anyway. Is that when it started to click together for this side? Because they were so impressive that day.
They were. Having said that, Dundee United started off the game pretty well. For the first half an hour, it was nip and tuck, but they weren't too bad. And then all of a sudden, we've scored 2 goals, and I think Richie scored the 2 goals, and that gave us a good half-time lead, and we were able to build on that in the second half and run out 4-0 winners. And we've also beaten them 4-0 down at their place a couple of years ago as well. So yeah, we've had some good results against them. Having said that, they've beat us a few times as well, and last year in particular, I think we were 2-0 up and lost 3-2. So there's always goals. I don't think it'll be 0-0 anyway, but there's always goals in this match. But we actually played well within the first 7 games, I think it was, and hadn't got a win. We had 5 points from the 7 matches, but actually played well in some of those draws. And I thought we were unlucky not to get that first victory. But when the first victory did come against United, it certainly lifted everybody and made everybody more confident and more belief. And we knew then that we were on the right track. And we had another couple of wins after that straight away, and it zoomed us up the table. And we haven't looked back since then. So yeah, so it might have been the turning point. It might have been the spark that we needed, but it was certainly welcome, and it's nice to be able to play them again.
Recently, United have started to click into gear. They've got a good couple of wins behind them. Scored, I think 8 in the last 2, but Caledonian Thistle scoring goals for fun as well. It's a game that kind of whets the appetite. It
does whet the appetite. John Daly and Johnny Russell up front. They've got a good history of scoring goals against us. But we've met that challenge before. They were the strike partnership that played against us when we won 4-0. And the boys did well against them that day. So it's a good test for us. The last time we didn't do quite so well on a Saturday. Was when we lost to Motherwell at home, and then the next match was Celtic away, and the boys did a fantastic job of a recovery to win at Celtic Park. And we didn't play particularly well against Ross County, and we're now away at Dundee United. So I see similarities in the fact that the boys do bounce back well, having not played that well in the previous match. But any test that's been put towards them, any challenge that they've had, they've certainly come through with flying colours and supplied all the answers, and eventually come out winners. So yeah, it's encouraging. It's nice. It's mouth-watering because both teams can score goals. Both teams can play some lovely football, and I'm sure that both teams will have a go at each other and try and get those 3 points.
Everyone fit and ready to go. No fresh injury.
No fresh injuries. No, the boys look after themselves very well. So like I say, mentally they recover very well from the previous match, and physically as well. They've had a couple of days off. I know that they've been in the gym and in the pool, things like this, just getting rid of all the lactic acid and things, and they're fine. They're very good, all round to go.
Excellent, Terry. Thanks a lot.